I started boxing late, and this is my story. So, I started boxing at the age of 23. For those who don't know, I'm 25 years old, turning 26 this Saturday. So, my journey when it comes to boxing, I've always been involved in boxing to some degree since I was a kid. I used to always get into fights. I used to always watch boxing as a kid. I remember watching fights when I was 5 years old, watching Floyd Mayweather and Zab Judah, watching Roy Jones and Antonio Tarver. I was watching these fights. And when I started getting more involved in boxing, I used to study. The two people I used to study, and I'm saying like study, like I'm watching these fights from morning to night. I used to study Floyd, and I used to study Roy Jones. These are the first two people that I studied when it came to boxing, because that's what I knew. Those are the people that I knew. And when I first started boxing, of course, that's who I tried to fight like a little bit of the both of them, Floyd and Roy Jones. I don't even think I fight like neither one of them, but it set the foundation for me. They laid the blueprint. And when I was boxing, the first time I really even put on some boxing gloves and did pad work that I can remember was probably around 17. I used to do it with my uncle. I would go over. I was in Queens at the time. I would travel to the Bronx, and he would do the pads with me. My uncle used to fight. He used to do like amateur boxing back in the day. And, he would hold the pads for me. He would teach me how to shadow box and everything. So I kind of had a little foundation around 17, 18. This continued for a couple years, but I stopped going to the Bronx. And, I just used to call him on the FaceTime and be like, yo, can you work with me? So we would dead ass do FaceTime boxing. So he's like, yeah, throw the 1-2. He was telling me, throw my ones in the mirror, make sure that my jabs are straight. You know what I'm saying? And we was doing this for at least like a year and a half. So you could say I was kind of like introduced to this, but it was so on and off that I don't really consider it when I started. When I really walked into the boxing gym, it was 2023. Wildcard Boxing, LA. I had been living in LA now for 3 years. It's been a rough couple years. And what happened was I lost my job. I got into a fight with this dude, some Russian dude. He thought I was stealing. So I wasn't. But I didn't like being accused of it. So I initiated the fight. You thought I was stealing? I threw the money at his face. Like, you want the money so bad? Here. Boom. He tried to swing on me. Whoop-de-whoop. We getting it on. It gets broken up. It didn't even go on for too long. After that fight, they looked at the cameras. I get fired from the job. They say I'm the one who initiated it. So I'm like, I'm tight. Now I got no money. I'm like, okay. I got fired for fighting. I can't get fired for fighting no more. I'm getting too old. If I'm going to do something like that, maybe I should just walk into a boxing gym. Since I want to fight so bad, let me fight in a boxing gym. That was my mindset. I'm like, I can't afford to lose money being a hothead. So I go to Wildcard Boxing. If you don't know Wildcard Boxing, this is Freddie Roach's gym. If you don't know who Freddie Roach is, that is the 8-time coach of the year who used to coach Manny Pacquiao. He's worked with James Toney. He's worked with Mike Tyson. He's worked with Amir Khan. He's worked with Cotto. He's worked with a lot of different fighters. But Manny Pacquiao was his guy. So I walked into Wildcard Boxing, got introduced to Freddie right away. Me and Freddie click. Like, to this day, that's still my guy. He introduced me to a fighter that he used to train. Lucky boy Wale Omotoso. Shout out to you. And Wale, Lucky, ended up being my trainer for like a good year and a half. And it was a great experience, man. That's a great coach. He's not even just a coach. He's like a friend for me now. In a lot of ways, I even seen him as like a father figure too. Like I said, I was in LA by myself, alone. So, this was my real introduction to boxing. And, boxing has been great to me. I can't complain. And now I've been in the sport for 3 years. And it's not an easy sport. It requires a lot of discipline. My issue is I get distracted with a lot of things outside of boxing. whether it be jobs, because to be a boxer is not cheap nowadays. You still gotta have some money to support yourself, right? You still gotta have some money to support where you live. If you live on your own, you're not living with your family, So it's not as easy as people think it is. My problem is women. I tend to always get girlfriends, and that also is a distraction. So, that's neither here nor there. But again, boxing, man, has been great to me. I can't complain. I've had a couple of little bit of injuries here and there. Surprisingly, I should have way more fights than I do, because every time I get into a training camp, something has happened, and I'm just like, bro, like every time, bro. The last training camp, I had a concussion. I had to miss out on a fight, or a tournament, actually. And if you don't know, I say tournament because I am still an amateur. I'm not a pro boxer yet. I do want to turn pro. I'm getting older, and I just need to start moving faster. You know what I mean? I feel like I was moving good in the beginning, and then a lot of things have happened that have slowed down. And, now I really just am getting older. I'm like, I want to turn pro in the next year, at least, year and a half. Maybe I'll do the USA qualifiers. We'll see, But yeah, man, it's just been tough. Like I said, I've had the concussions. I've gotten sick while trying to cut weight. I've fought with injuries too. Like, we all have fought with injuries, but getting sick while cutting weight, that also messed me up. Like I said, it's just been something every training camp. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna get into that too much. But overall, though, like I said, boxing has been great to me. It has allowed me to become very disciplined, a lot of structure in my life. It has opened so many doors, so many opportunities for me. And I love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. It has allowed me to see the world. I've met so many boxers, so many coaches, so many people I've inspired and impacted, and I love it. I can't do this for anything else. Boxing has created a lot of new opportunities for me. And on top of that, I'm one of the few people who have really sparred in a lot of different places. Like, I've sparred in LA, I've sparred in New York, I've sparred in Mexico. It has allowed me to take my talents to different places. I'm training people now. I got clients. And like I said, boxing has changed my life, man. I love boxing. It will always stay a part of my life. And I'm just happy to have walked into that gym in 2023. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe.